fluentinnerd here.
And HydroponicCaravan.
And this is something we call...
The D12 Podcast.
It's silly.
Arbitrary and vaguely useful.
Vaguely
Whatever.
annoying, vaguely important.
It doesn't matter.
Alright.
Vaguely out of sync.
Yes.
Alright then.
Either way, we have, basically the point of the...
right show here.
Hold up a second, I'll actually explain it. So, the point of the D12 is essentially for me and Kaji over here is going to be, it's basically a talking podcast. So we'll be chatting for a while about entertaining things.
Whatever the hell we want to talk about.
You'll be entertained. We usually have a topic,
Hopefully.
unless I forget it. So then, what we usually have is me, Kaji, and a guest star.
In this case, we have three because we're at the very tail end of the
BLP-a-thon.
BLP-a-thon.
It truly is a BLP-a-thon. We had to do 10 episodes in a row at crack of dawn.
God, yeah, it was like at 5 in the morning. We're sitting there, Pokemon Rumble.
Speaking of
Pokemon,
Rumble,
our topic for the day is Pokemon.
Yes, that was quite a convenient segue. I didn't.
Yes.
That was totally unintentional, audience. Believe it.
The best part is he guessed it, and I don't even think he knew what was going on.
I feel real bad that...
My leg. Don't make...
I feel
weird
really
background
bad that if half of our audience will probably leave the second they hear us say Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
Say something.
Oh wow, I hate Pokemon so much.
what is wrong with
Speak
you?
louder.
Oh my god.
I thought, but you say everything is your favorite thing.
It is. I
You
love
can't
it.
So,
say that.
anyways, on to the topic. We don't have much time. So then, well, what we're gonna get into first?
What would you guys like to talk about?
Pokemon sucks now.
No, it
I'd agree with that sentiment.
not exactly.
Yes, it does.
It is inferior to the older games.
Yeah.
In every way, shape, and form.
That's
I'd
that's
say the last
I thought you
good
said
Pokemon
everything
game
was your
around
favorite.
3rd gen, like Sapphire and Ruby.
What is wrong
Yeah,
with you? You like
yeah.
magic
Downhill
cards.
from there. I mean, Sinnoh is okay. Unova's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my main complaint with the newer ones, more than anything, is like they keep like adding more and more Pokemon into it, as if more somehow equals better, and it doesn't just make like the main goal of the game impossible.
Again,
Well,
since
that's
it's
their
a
whole point for
big
being.
company,
We need
they're
to
gonna
make
want
more
them
to make it better.
Produce more games to make more
Exactly.
money.
Yeah. I mean, they're money whoring.
But
and
then they're
that's-
going. But that means they're just going to be putting more and more ideas into it. But it's like they're kind of feels like one of those games they're just stringing out for as long as possible.
Oh yeah, they totally are. 'Cause
You know,
I,
Pokemon politics.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes. Pokemon, the only Nintendo series to go 3D and still not change.
yes, it's very
well,
true.
Well, seeing as it does pretty much the exact
And
same
now
thing every
the-
time, you've got to have a little different.
Now they're
relation,
actually doing a
i.e.
numbered
new
sequel to
Pokemon.
Unova.
Really, they are.
Yes.
I
I haven't
I'm
heard
not
about
kidding.
this.
Like I really
I'm not
think they're
kidding.
running out of.
No, seriously, they're doing Black and White 2 now.
Really?
Yeah,
Come on, they have more colors. They've got more jewels. They can keep going.
I'm not kidding.
They're actually doing a numbered sequel now.
They are
God.
literally doing Black and White 2.
They're literally. They aren't even trying. They don't even have an idea area anymore. Like they aren't even thinking. It's like, oh hey, time to crack out another sequel, guys. Name Black and White 2. Deal with it.
We don't
Yeah.
even have to make new Pokemon.
You know,
Literally
'cause-
just rehash the exact same game. People will buy it.
you know, because Gray was just straight up too obvious of a choice. Let's
It would've been,
do
and
something nobody would
I'm
expect.
assuming
like,
they're-
number a friggin' title.
I'm assuming they are going to make a Pokemon Gray.
Do you guys think this is gonna be Pokemon
No,
for
no.
the Wii U?
After making Pokemon
What'd
Black,
you say?
Pokemon
Black
on the
2
Wii U.
and White 2.
Oh yeah.
Gray 2?
I mean, they always have that kind of Coliseum ripoff whenever you won.
No,
So.
like it's straight up like a Pokemon game.
Either
They
way.
might.
Okay, now what
I
I
can
want to
see
see
that.
out of Game Freak is an actual... Pokemon Rumble is oddly enough probably the closest they've gotten to it. Basically, imagine like Pokemon Stadium, you got all the 3D environment and such. You can basically get your full move list. You can run around, use your moves against each other. It's basically like a battle like the anime does. Because the only thing the anime does right is making the battles look freaking cool.
That will never ever.
Yes,
happen.
as opposed to in the game where it's like, I'm using tackle. Random sprite jiggling. Okay, it's a move.
That
We're
will,
done.
That will never
Well,
ever happen
mean, it's a
because
cool-
Actually, no, dude, Pokemon Rumble's pretty freaking close to it.
no.
It's a
Here's
cool-
why that will
it's
never
just-
happen.
It's close.
Tell us why
but
that'll
it's
never
wrong.
happen,
What-
Nikolai.
Let me
Hold
tell
on.
you why that will never happen.
Will you tell us why it will never happen?
Because that will sell just the same, and you're putting in
Dude, they made Pokemon Rumble. They
so
actually
much more money into that
they actually do
for
try
the
to make
same sales,
Well,
which is a lot
they
of
actually
sales.
do try to
but
make
that doesn't
spin-offs because
maximize
spin-offs
profits.
is even more money,
Well,
even
actually,
more delicious money.
what I'm
Not that
thinking
they've already
is
made
just
hundreds of spin-offs already.
the compatibility and the jump between those two kind of battle systems, like you're gonna have to work out how the stats affect everything. You have to.
I mean,
That's not hard.
that would be a lot of work, but I agree with you. I think that would actually be really cool.
it'd be cool,
But
but
it won't
again,
Endlessly fun.
how are they gonna make that compatible with like?
Well, dude,
Any of
basically,
the older-
take Pokemon Rumble, add it
I mean,
to Pokemon
obviously, you're not going to be like importing Pokemon from the old games
Yeah.
or whatever, but I mean, you can make it like its own
And
standalone
what
game.
what I see them trying to do, they're trying to kind of link all the games together in some kind of way. And if it feels so separated, I don't think they'd actually try to pull something like that off.
Well, again,
Yeah.
basically take Pokemon, that god awful Pokepark Wii, and connect it to Pokemon Rumble. You've basically got that, though.
Yeah, but
guess.
Pokemon Rumble's
that's kind of
not
not
that
the
fun.
way.
Well, dude, Pokemon Rumble is essentially the sort of a watered down version of exactly what that is.
Well,
And it is actually pretty fun.
It's fun in a very mindless way.
It's mindless.
It's like this requires no
It's a
thought at
button
all.
masher.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh hey, let me press the A button.
But it's
I was
not
able to
even-
play it at 4 in the morning.
It's
Oh,
not
we were able
even-
to win it in 4 in the morning.
Yes.
So that is indicative.
5 in the morning, alright.
Oh yeah.
I think
That-
it
that
only
is
took us,
indicative
like,
of
what,
it.
3
But
hours to
it's not
complete
even
the
an
thing?
interesting
What?
I think it was
mission.
about
No,
four, basically about a 4
Yeah,
hours.
it's just
so
hey,
it's
let's
about
mash
about
buttons,
8
and it's
hours.
great for the middle of the night. But I wouldn't
Okay.
want to actually play
Now
it.
for the
though.
topic
No,
of the enemy
sleeping
teams.
is great for the middle of the night.
Sleeping is amazing for
Let's
the
go on
enemy
to the
night.
topic of the enemy teams.
Yeah, speaking of things that haven't been good since the original games, good God, they just keep going downhill.
Team Rocket.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Pretty cool.
They
Even the regular enemies were pretty cool looking.
We have gangsters.
They're like they're supposed to be the freaking mafia.
Yeah,
What is so threatening
and
about
they-
that?
they were
They
awesome.
want to take over the world and genetically splice Pokemon.
Well, all the
And they look like a
Pokemon
mafia.
like generic, all the bad guy groups have like a really generic sort of like evil plot, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But they just get goofier and goofier until
Team-
you end
they
up in
actually-
like, Team Galactic wearing like powder blue spandex.
And-
It's like, you're not evil. You're wearing powder blue spandex.
Hey,
It is shiny.
Can you kind of consider all the newer Pokemon enemy teams? Can you consider them kind of like cults? Because they actually kind of worship
Not
the,
really.
Well, you
the
can't
legendary Pokemon, some kind of divine.
Not
Sure.
really.
They're
They
more-
usually don't.
I don't
They
really
usually
feel like
don't.
they.
They're
I
trying
feel
to
like the leaders usually are kind of more culty, but the actual members don't
No,
really get.
what
I don't get that vibe off
Okay,
them.
hold up.
No,
Okay,
see,
oh,
what they're
dude.
trying to do
So, hold on a
though
second.
is that it's
Like
not
they
that
say,
it's sort of
OJL,
cultic
like,
worship.
most
It's that
times.
they're trying to summon the legendary Pokemon to do their bidding in some kind of way.
Which never works out.
Yeah.
Don't they
and-
watch the news? They should know. But by the 5th game, they should. I guess it should know that the last 4 times this happened, it didn't exactly work.
Yeah, I think they really like someone in their R&D department needs to be kicked. Of like the generic evil bad guy R&D department. It's like, no, those are not appropriate uniforms. Your guys should not go around looking like they should be carrying medieval messages. Okay? They should not be dressed like pirates. This is not Gay Pirate Day.
An explanation.
There will be no ARG.
Hold on, an explanation to why they're each bad. Team Aqua's a bunch of idiot pirates who want to go flood the world.
Yeah, their plan wasn't
Wait.
even that evil. It's like, oh, hey, let's make life unlivable. And Team Magma's, oh, hey, let's make life unlivable.
Team Magma's basically. Yeah, Team Aqua's really insane, like almost like
Think of what would happen if you played Wind Waker before.
exactly. And the canon of Wind Waker, Team Aqua succeeded. Think
Yes.
about that.
Oh my god, it
Team,
sounds like a horrible like crossover fanfiction. It needs
No!
to- no!
Yeah, vote Team Aqua. We'll flood the world. Meanwhile, Team Magma is basically a bunch of guys who stabbed themselves in the brain too many times.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
Let's
we
go-
don't need water to live, right? I mean, that's not important.
Let's go make another Mars!
That's
Exactly.
Great.
On the Team Galactic, we basically get the world's most ambitious emo. As opposed to the world's
Taking
greatest
the world
emo, which is
out.
Squall.
yeah,
The world's
but
greatest emo is Squall. The world's most ambitious emo is Cyrus, who not only wants to die, he wants to literally blow up all of creation with him.
yes, and
And finally,
he was
get this.
he was kind of messed up. But once again, you can't take them seriously when they're wearing powder blue shiny spandex.
one of the
I don't know
main
about
leaders.
you, but
One of the
I mean,
main
it's serious business.
One of the
right
main
there.
leaders, I can't remember if it was like
Shiny
Mars or Saturn or
spandex.
something. I literally stood behind her and it looked like I was caught in her hairdo.
Yes.
The one thing I don't know is how does he manage to gather like
My freaking
people to fight alongside him?
Who actually think this is a genuinely good idea? I don't
You know, to blow up the entire
And
planet.
the real question is, how does he get
Then
them
gets
all to
enough-
look the same?
then
I'm
puts-
fairly certain he has some sort of cloning operation going on. And
Then
that's
get-
why they're always building these giant HQ buildings that serve no purpose whatsoever.
Yeah.
Aside from you
And
just
I
go
think
through and
it's
fight
like
people.
Where'd
It's
the
where they
cash
clone
come
everyone.
Where'd the cash come from? He has the cash to literally build a bunch of
Cocaine.
random HQ buildings and then
Yes.
carpet bomb the 3
They're funded
lakes.
by cocaine.
That's obviously what's going on.
Exactly. Mercilessly killing all
Not even
magic
kidding.
harps.
They, Magikarps deserve to be mercilessly killed. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey,
Mostly killing all other water
I love
Pokemon in
Magikarp.
there.
Why do you love
Exactly.
Magikarp?
fantastic.
What is there to love about Magikarp?
Everything.
They evolved to Gyarados.
I've seen a
You know,
Magikarp.
That's not Magikarp though.
I've seen a Magikarp sweep a team of legendaries.
Yeah, that's called
legendaries.
giving it ridiculous moves and like abilities. And
It actually
EVs
was
and
not
stuff.
hacked. It was not hacked. He flailed them all to death.
Oh,
You
well.
just have to see the YouTube video. It's very impressive.
Yeah, but that's
But that's like a once in a lifetime
that was
situation.
under
though.
really special circumstances.
Yeah.
It's basically
And once again, I mean, you're
that's just
talking
belly-
ridiculous EVs
It's
and
belly,
IVs
it's belly,
and whatever
pass,
those
it's belly
things are.
passing over to a 1 HP Magikarp.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
flail.
Of
And
course,
at level 100. Because it was at level 100 battle.
Yeah.
Everything.
here, I think. Nikolai, maybe?
Nikolai, I'm Nikolai.
Alright, well, see you. We have lost one member of the D12. So did.
Yep.
He died.
We have lost a member of the D12. We must continue onwards, though.
Yes.
So,
Just remember, I hate Pokemon.
finally,
Yeah,
Team Plasma.
Love you too.
Yeah, and once again, I mean, they seriously look like they should be like medieval couriers or something.
Yeah, Team
Like,
Plasma.
what happened there?
Team Plasma, fighting for the good of all humanity. You ain't fooling anyone.
You know,
All they're doing is basically going around trying to
being
like,
the trolls of humanity.
They're like stealing Pokemon away and saying they're acting for the better of humanity.
I mean, I don't know. Government propaganda usually works.
Not to mention the fact that you got like these seven sages.
I mean, Nazi stuff, they're doing everything for the
You got
good
these
of
seven
humanity.
sages, which sounds like a Zelda plot, but
Yeah.
That's
you got
literally nothing.
Well, that would be if you fought Ganon at the end. Like you're finding the final you're finding the Elite Four champion. Then Ganon just comes out and just does that like Falcon Punch ripoff from Super Smash Bros. And suddenly you're fighting Ganon.
yeah.
And he is his own Pokemon.
Yeah.
He needs no Pokemon.
Either way though, Getsis is a manipulative bastard,
Yes.
and we got two other guys. We got another guy who basically has the evil crime of building a base directly across from the gym leader, and the other guy who has the terrible crime of hiding in cold storage.
You know.
Good job! Yeah, and seriously, and the other four of them, I think one of the others does something else. The other three of them, literally, you don't see them until the ending cutscene. Until near the end of the game, where their single job is to get, see you, Nikolai, is to get beat up by the gym leaders, and then, in the after game, get hunted down and taken away to
By
be put
you.
in jail. Even though
Yeah.
half of them didn't do anything.
You have
Well,
to-
that's called they were going to use them for plot devices, and they realized no, we're not going to put
You
any
don't
more
even
effort
fight
into this
them.
excuse for a
no,
game.
your ultimate
That's the thing is they were
crime-
going to be used, and they were like, okay, no, we're not going to go through with this.
Your
Let's
ultimate
be realistic
And,
here.
and finally, to top it all off,
Your ultimate crime is for being around the big bad. Even though you did absolutely nothing, you're still going to jail for being around the big
and finally,
bad.
to top the failure all off, when you go down and hunt them down, each one gives you a TM. All of them are totally useless. You have
I'm
to
talking
like
stuff
double
like
team.
reflect.
Hey,
have to,
here,
like,
have my
reflect and-
splash TM. It's a really powerful move,
You get,
right?
like, you get like reflect.
Right?
You get like reflect and double team. Who puts that on a TM anyway?
The great part is that's the post game. Like they think that's you're going to use that in the post game.
No, I think it's just the developers making fun of how underused
Probably.
the guys are.
Probably, yeah.
They literally give you all 7 of them really, really crappy TMs.
No, 6 of them.
6? Oh, wait, yeah.
Gets away.
All 6 of them give you crappy TMs.
Yeah, gets away, which sets up, I guess, for the plot of Black and White 2.
And I
I
love when you
don't
like
know.
find one of the stages, all of a sudden that guy comes out of nowhere. So
Looker.
he's like been following you. the
Looker,
entire
oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah. The
Oh,
police
isn't he like the detective or something?
Yeah,
Well,
but-
he first appeared in Platinum, but I mean,
Yeah, but he was really
Still.
unimportant there, and Platinum was kind of stupid anyways. So
And I haven't
whatever.
played Platinum, so.
I played it for a little bit, and then I realized, hey, it's like Diamond and Pearl,
It
but
is
less
Diamond.
cool. Let me
it's-
go.
it's
Not play
Diamond.
it.
It's Diamond and Pearl with slight alterations to the.
And you get a free
gems.
Porygon! Actually,
I
that's
don't-
kind
I
of the
don't
reason why
care.
the game anyways. You get a freaking free Porygon. Porygon's living hell to catch.
For all that, you can just buy an action replay and get yourself a free Porygon. It's called cheating.
Well, all Platinum really is
Get a free Porygon.
different graphics. Some
It's literally
gems-
just replace. I'm reminded of the
some
re-
gems are
of-
different, and the ending is different with you having to go into the whatever flip world or whatever and catch Giratina instead of Dialga and Palkia.
I'm reminded of the honest game names thread on something awful, and it's just rename Pokemon Platinum free Porygon the game.
Yes.
Free
Waste hundreds of
Porygon.
hours of your life to only get one thing.
Yeah.
You know, because it was so damn hard to get in the original.
Now for guys that are useless, and for Pokemon that are useless, and Pokemon that are really good, and Pokemon we hate, etc.
Yeah.
Onyx.
We already know you.
Onyx.
Yep.
Great defense. Crap everything else. Terrible typing. Why?
You really gotta
Because they
you really
can.
gotta think about Onyx for the fact that it is one of the biggest and heaviest Pokemon in all of existence, beside Wailord.
Oh no,
And
dude,
it
several things outweigh it, and several things.
Well, not wait, but it is one of the biggest Pokemon out of all the generations.
And all of its stats
and-
are terrible except for defense.
And all of its stats are absolute crap, and it doesn't really learn many good.
Well, I
moves.
think, like, I mean, at least if it's that big, it could just kind of fall on you or something.
Yeah, but
once
its
that
attack
increases
stat
its
is
attack a bit.
terrible.
No, that's the thing. It's just once you try to make its attack stat higher, if you can just fall on you. It's like, attack.
I think there's certain.
I can
moves
take
that
them
you
out
can
with a
use
tick.
Your weight to do more damage.
I
yes,
think there
in 5th
are,
gen.
Yeah, but those are
Yeah,
And
there's one in
this
5th
shenanigans.
gen, and he doesn't learn any of them.
And this
Yeah,
is why they needed Steelix, and that's why
Fifth
Steelix
gen
was
is horrible,
introduced.
and let's pretend that
Exactly,
never
that's why they
existed.
introduced Steelix. It fixed a lot of his bad typings and gave him some better stats.
Actually, let's just
Because
pretend that the
Onyx was-
series just ended at, like, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and there was nothing after that. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be so much happier if it was just, that was the end.
Well, I mean, honestly, I've never beaten Ruby Sapphire. I still can't. I don't know
Neither
why.
have I, but that's because I'm lazy.
I
I
beat
don't
a
beat
solo
games.
run of it.
I have not beaten it.
I'm just lazy with
always
RPGs.
kicks my ass.
I beat a solo
I
run of
can't-
it.
I can't
I
get
managed
through
to
all-
sweep the Elite Four with just a mud kit. You have no excuse.
The thing is, I get
Dude,
really
I'm
bored
not
with
kidding.
Pokemon
I
because
go
it's such an
through
easy
I get to
game.
the Elite Four, they
And
all
just-
kick my ass. There's nothing I can do whatsoever.
Dude,
I tried it 4 times
I crushed them
with
all
different teams.
with the mud kit.
With different teams.
With the mud kit.
They all kick my ass.
Maybe that
kit.
means that your teams weren't good or something.
4 different teams.
Maybe they were all
the-
bad.
All the types that I originally used in my teams, but they're all different every time because I was trying something different, and I still can't beat the Elite Four.
I don't know. Maybe you just got really bad luck or something. Normally,
I don't
I never
know.
felt like the Elite Form Pokemon were really hard.
Well, they're a challenge.
They're supposed to be challenging, but I never feel like, oh my god, the world is going to come to an end. I cannot beat these guys.
Now
Um,
most of the games are really easy in the Elite Four department. Most of the time being the new ones, i.e., Diamond and Pearl, and especially Black and White.
Not
Yeah.
exact. No, actually, no. it
Diamond
isn't.
Pearl was really easy.
Well,
The
that's only
champion
because
was
you had
kind
a
of hard,
Weird
but
setup team.
No, that's because you had a good setup team. Black and White. The gym leaders are total pushovers. Every one of them.
Well, it depends on your.
Okay, there's
type.
usually
It depends on
a
how you
couple.
set
There's usually a
yourself
couple
up.
that are gonna give you
Alright,
problems.
the only gym leader I ever had trouble on was the very first one.
It's because you end up getting an overpowered team.
Wait, no, I said I had trouble on them because I absolutely refused to get use one of the monkeys in the team until I'm like, okay, I keep losing to this guy, I'm just gonna use him now.
I took him down with. I just took him down. I've taken him down with just the starter before. I just over leveled him, and then continued on my merry way.
Yeah.
But dude,
that's the
most-
thing. I found that Pokemon is, like, the easiness of it is relative to how much time you're willing to waste on it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not willing to waste much time on it, the game becomes much harder because you're not going to be screwing around leveling all the time. If you screw around leveling on, like, a car ride or something, whoop-de-doo, you win the game.
Yeah.
So you just go through and I did that in, I think, Fire Red, where I just kept I just only used my starter the entire game.
It's called a
and I
solo
got,
run.
like, yeah, well, I had other things in my party, but I didn't use them at all because they
That's
sucked.
solo run, yeah.
Whatever. It
Pretty
wasn't
much.
intentionally. It wasn't intended to be one, but it just ended up happening. And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm halfway through the game, and this guy's like level 65. I'm kind of killing everything.
Level 100.
I've done it without evolving. I've done it with the starter without evolving it.
Yes, Brandon, you've already stated this.
So
and
that's the
mocked
only
me
way you
for
can
it.
possibly make Pokemon hard is to put like all these ridiculously challenges on yourself, because
Yeah, so
otherwise
you
it's
gotta
just
freaking
easy.
Volcarona
It's
in
like,
that.
hey, it's
You
rock
have no
paper scissors,
excuse
and
for
you know what
being
the other guy's about to
You
do.
picked an OP team.
You have it. You have a level 100 Volcarona.
And a Haxorus and a Samurott.
Yes, I'm calling Haxorus on that. Either way, but the Elite Four is pretty difficult in Black and White. That is, if you don't have the obscure types to counter them. If
Yeah.
you do, basically you gotta.
That's just foresight there,
However,
really.
there-
You can prepare that.
Basically, you
beforehand.
got a good fighting type, and 2 of them are dead though.
However, they do happen to have a dark type Elite Four. Oh, you know, the type in the game that literally every single move on those sort of enemy team on those enemy teams that
Yeah, one good fighting type basically crushes the main game.
because literally when you see one of those moves on the enemy team in Black and White, they will always have one kind of dark. They will always have a dark or normal type.
Dark, normal, or poison.
I'm telling.
Yeah.
And again, that's only
I didn't
one
even
guy,
see
and
really
that's a poison dark.
Exactly.
One poison type is a poison dark. I'm telling you, one good fighting type crushes Team Plasma. Period.
Well, that's because, for some reason, all the bad guys in Pokemon feel compelled to use, like, the 3 shittiest Pokemon possible, and only those 3 Pokemon.
Exactly.
They refuse to use any others, and the leaders might have evolved forms of them, God forbid. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like, oh, look, hey, it's Zubat. How do you
and
like
they're all,
that?
Oh, and they're all stupid, too. I fought a leader in Gold Silver. I basically was able to just sit out there with this army of coughings, sit out there with the Haunter, and watch them all blow up.
Yep.
Doing absolutely nothing.
So basically, I basically sat there and watched half his team explode into pretty fireworks.
That's always fun.
But yeah,
Go, Cuppy, explode!
But yeah, that actually can be proven right though, because in Ruby and Sapphire, when
Cuppy's like, what the f you on?
Well, I always thought those moves were a little messed up. I mean, because you're basically telling him, hey, boy, go commit seppuku, now.
Take
You
someone
have
else with
dishonored
you.
your family.
Take someone else with you. Which
There-
also wonders the fact that in my Mudkip run, I was facing down Watson. God, I don't need a reminder of how difficult water solo run against electric type gym leader is. Nightmare. Either way, I basically managed to hit a Voltorb with Mud Slap, and then it used self-destruct. There were a couple times where self-destruct missed.
what?
How does this happen?
It's like I run up to you and I explode, and it's like, oh, I dodged it. It's all good. And maybe you like teleported or something.
I'm a Mudkip.
You teleported.
Not to mention the
It's
fact.
because everyone likes you.
Not to mention the
It's
fact
like
that
I'm
the
a Mudkip. I'm loved by everyone.
Other way,
Teleport.
apparently the trainers aren't phased by this crap.
Nope.
Because they're all wearing bulletproof vests.
I guess so.
Gave me the mental image, basically just Mudkip dodging his self-destruct by hiding behind Watson.
Yeah.
Dive behind the gym leader. Literal human shield.
I know. How big is that blast even supposed to be? When I think of that, I always think of it like sort of like miniature nuke-ish sort of thing.
That's mentioned again. Let's see. And the gym leader, think about this: going around shooting giant blasts of fire and causing earthquakes.
Yo,
What the hell are the townspeople thinking?
I don't
Essentially,
even
it's like
know.
all of a sudden, like the ground starts shaking, lightning starts striking them in the sky.
And you're erupting a volcano from the ground.
inside
do
a
that.
building.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, crap, someone's having a gym battle again. Everyone get to the gym shelters.
Yo.
What's even better?
What's that?
What's
I
even
don't remember.
better is in 5th generation with that whole battle subway. Oh, you know.
Yeah, on a subway, I'm causing earthquakes.
It's the same way that you
Subway.
somehow have like regular land types fighting in the middle of the water, and you're sitting there just kind of standing on your Psyduck or something.
You gotta dig
Like,
it in the
how
water.
how is Groudon surviving this? What's going on, man?
Dude, Rhydon can surf.
No.
Rhydon can't surf.
Well, no, but Groudon decidedly cannot.
But it's just like, you can have a Diglett in the water.
Diglett.
Yes.
What happens there?
I don't know.
Diglett in the water.
Anyways.
Is that your new hit single?
What?
Is that your new hit single? Diglett in the water?
So, let's see.
Ooh, ooh.
So then, okay, elementary
Diglett in the water, featuring my lack of a social life.
I love you all. Elemental stones. They started out useful, but there's only like a handful of guys that use them, and now they're all useless.
They're really irritating.
Dawnstone, Duskstone, the stone
You know?
you never need.
Yes,
Well,
you can
not
evolve
really
like
never-
one guy with it, and it's like,
And
what's
it's a
to
guy
do?
you'll never get.
Well, the one thing I find irritating about Dawnstones and Duststone is they are the only stone in the game that you can literally only get a limited amount of, and of course they're...
Alcohol Silver, infinite amount.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, just
no.
Alcohol Silver, beat the bug catching contest, you have an equal chance of getting any stone. That's why I'm missing a million Sunstone guys.
But in Diamond and Pearl, I'm pretty sure there is no possible way to get on. There's only a limited amount, and you know, there's got to be like more than the limited amount
there's
you get.
two
that
guys.
Super
There's like
Evolve,
two guys per stone.
that evolve from them.
There's like two guys per stone. You can find like 3 of them. There's no issue.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I remember not get, but that's only if you like can actually go and find the areas where they actually are.
That's
and
called the
clearly
internet.
well
Use the guy-
hidden.
That's
That's
where
why
I
I
use
think
the
that-
internet.
That's on the assumption that you're using one of the handful of guys that actually use that thing anyways. If you happen to have a team that mostly evolves from those things, you had to just think.
You'd have to actively
that
try
ahead.
to, yeah.
Exactly. Well, like Gallade and like
It's-
I don't
even
know.
as much as I love Gold Silver, even the Sunstone's useless.
Well, dude, I'm pretty sure only like what?
Was that in the
one or
original
two
Gold
things
Silver, or is
evolve?
that
Yeah,
in...
that's
Oh,
Gold
yeah.
Silver.
Okay.
Even the Sunstone's pretty much useless.
Don't you get like many of those things, but only like 2 guys evolve with it or something?
Actually, no. In Gold Silver, every time you got first place in the bug catching contest, you got a Sunstone. There were 2 guys that evolved with it. Do the math.
Yeah.
In this game, they made it any stone because of the other stones were ungodly hard to get in that game. And now I can't get any sunstones because you literally can't find them. The irony.
Wow.
Either.
Same goes with moonstones.
Yeah, well, there's a couple actually pretty good guys involved by Moonstone.
I don't know if I should be mentioning this in the podcast, but you know what we should do the next one on?
What?
Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
No,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
haven't even played
I'm
that.
a regular in this. I banned that.
I haven't even played it, so I don't
Well,
know.
no, neither have I. But I've seen more than enough videos to be like, yeah, I know what's going on with this game.
It'd be
I haven't
pretty
even
fun to
seen
talk
videos
about.
No,
of
it
it.
wouldn't.
You should,
I
because it's kind of
wouldn't
amazing.
know.
Speaking
I'd
of
be
which,
banned.
JX23 is doing a Let's Play of a
I wouldn't
We're getting
even
off
know.
topic.
custom map for it. It's really cool.
We
It's
have
called, like
lost
White
the
Knight or
topic.
something. Who cares?
Anyway,
The topic's getting a
back
little
on topic.
uninteresting, anyways.
So, do you think we should end it here?
You guys want to keep talking for a while, or
I don't know.
does it matter?
What do-
How long have we been going? We've got like 25 minutes, so we might want to keep
A
going
little bit longer.
Yeah, that's not
So-
that much.
Back
So
on.
then, we've got ourselves, let's see. So, still on the topic. Alright then.
Do we?
Pokemon you really hate.
Dude, we already know. We already know.
Well,
You
we
and
know
your-
each other's.
Yeah, Bidoof. I hate him with a burning passion. He needs to die in a fire. Actually, I actively make him die in a fire whenever I fight him because I always use fire-type starters because
Well,
I'm
he's
like that.
Why?
He's really, really
Because he's
weird.
horrible. And he's
He-
the most irritating thing ever. And, like, for the entire, like, first 20 hours of
Actually,
Diamond Pearl, it's all you see is Bidoof
Pokemon
everywhere.
Diamond Pearl, nothing but Bidoof.
something,
Yes.
Something I found
That's
really
really what it is.
Hey,
They're crap.
Hold
They
up.
take,
What'd you have to say there?
Huh?
I said something I found really irritating about the new games. You know how in Ruby Sapphire, like you start out in the starting area, there's a bunch of different guys you can catch.
Yeah, I know. It was...
Yeah.
I always thought that was really cool. 'cause
Yeah,
I
it was like
Yeah,
that in
sorry.
Gold Silver, too. Like, Gold
Dude,
Silver,
in
I feel
Black
like,
and
had a
White-
lot
in
of
Black
really
and
good
White-
stuff you could
In
catch.
Black and White, you literally have 5 guys you can get.
No, but hold on, Diamond Pearl.
You can't
they-
even get a full pody, a full varied pody by the time you hit the first gym leader.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Yeah, in,
It's
Di-
more
in
like a
Diamond Pearl,
tutorial
the
the first
only
gym.
guy you encounter in Diamond Pearl in the very first area
Is Bidoof, and,
Bidoof.
like, the
And
Starry.
Starly, like a little.
It's
later
a
on.
handful of guys before the first gym leader, though.
Not really.
Not-
You got,
no,
like,
there's
Badoo,
not.
I think,
Shanks,
and...
Strickatot,
Oh,
you got
well,
Geodude,
actually-
Zubat.
But they suck, though. You don't get any good guys by then. Like, they're all horrible.
Meanwhile,
Badoo's good.
And meanwhile,
Because Rosemary's
Dude, all it's got is
a
absorb.
flower. Because Rosemary's a freaking flower ninja.
Dude,
I
at that
I
point in the
actually
game-
used that for most of the game.
Brandon,
It's a good
hold
guy.
on. Meanwhile, in
Brandon,
Ruby
at that point
Sapphire,
in the game, all it has is absorb. You do
When you're
know
facing the
that.
rock type gym leader, all you need is absorb.
meanwhile, in Ruby
Yes.
Sapphire, you had like you could start out with a psychic type, which was really awesome.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah,
find the guy
Dark
and
type, Poochyena. You had Zigzagoon, who was always pretty cool. You have
with endless
Halo.
amounts of items.
Talo. You had that grass water type.
Freaking
Tailo,
what is
I-
it?
Lotad.
always
It's only if
use
you play
Lotad.
Sapphire.
What?
Playing Ruby, see that? Hold on a sec.
Whenever I go through Ruby and Sapphire, I'll always literally use Tailo because it's, in my opinion, a really good flying type. But I don't know. I use flying types in every game.
Flying types are
I'm like that with
cool.
fire type. Well, you kind of had to use a flying type though if you don't want to
Oh.
spend your entire game trekking around the map.
I agree with your thing on Bidoofs. I gotta say they're horrible. Their stats are terrible. They take
Everything about them is horrible, and
They
they
take-
shouldn't exist.
They take forever
The
to
game
level up.
pretty much just
and
throws an HM slave at you in the beginning.
they take forever to level up.
Not
and
even a
then
good
they
HM
evolve,
slave. They can't learn that many HMs
and then
if I
and
remember
then
correctly.
they proceed to evolve into a normal water. Who does that?
That's
A
actually pretty
normal
cool.
water?
A normal
Why?
water.
Why
So,
would you? I don't
Adrian,
know.
tell us, what is your least favorite Pokemon?
Hit packing.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Let me think. Okay, let's narrow it down. Which generation?
Any of them. I don't care. Pick one.
That's,
Okay, while you think, I'm gonna go ahead and say mine. I freaking hate Dunsparce.
Yeah, we already know.
They
every
don't
reason
know.
about it.
They don't know.
True,
Be quiet.
true.
So, Dunsparce. Why do I hate it?
Just because it's weird.
Does it exist?
I'm going to strangle you. Dunsparce basically makes no sense whatsoever. It's called the Land Snake Pokemon. It looks like a bug with a drill that can apparently fly, and it's pure normal type. It learns rock type, ghost type moves, learns roost,
That's,
A pure
that's actually
normal
pretty
type.
cool.
learns roost.
And dig is one of its.
Yeah,
Or,
natural moves. Again, Dunsparce just doesn't really make sense. He's usually incredibly rare.
You're implying anything in Pokemon honestly makes sense.
Yes, but he makes less sense than normal. I think I recently found he's based on some Japanese legend thing of I can't even remember.
Well,
yeah,
if it's a
actually,
Japanese
pretty much,
legend,
pretty much
then,
everything
yeah.
in Pokemon is either based on real animals or some sort of Japanese legend.
I think
Like
maybe it's
Ninetales is based on a Japanese
Out of the way,
legend.
it's still confusing as crap.
Well, if it's based on a Japanese legend,
Yeah,
Apparently-
Japanese legend being basically 8.5 tails.
Yeah.
Long story.
Apparently has some sort of fan base. Why? I hate it. Yeah.
Everything has a fan base.
Well,
It's
dude,
called
if it's
the
based
internet.
on-
This one has actually got a relatively large fan base. That's the funny thing.
Well, if it's based off of some kind of legend or something, I can
Right.
easily see that. If it's
Okay.
some kind of like based off one of those old Japanese legends.
Why is
or
it the
something like
land snake?
that. It's probably based off some kind of old Japanese.
No,
Chinese
it isn't,
legend
though.
or
It
something.
isn't.
I don't
I
know.
can't think of the least favorite right now.
Just
but,
one that you genuinely don't like.
well,
how about that?
this? What's everyone's favorite well, aside from legendary?
So just say something you don't like. A Pokemon you don't like
I
for
don't
some
think
reason.
I don't think I really don't like anything, but
Says the guy who only picks powerful Pokemon. Now pick.
it's not that I don't like it.
You won't even give the weaker guys a chance, as I'm trying to get you. You just crushed the game with your armies of Suedo legends.
Well, it's a pretty good strategy, honestly. I mean, you win the
Volcarona is
game.
not a Suedo legend.
Actually,
Actually, he kind of
almost.
is. He
Almost.
he
You
almost
You got two
is.
guys who are about 30 points off of it.
He can be sort of counted like a Suedo legend.
Same with frickin' hack. Same with the Hacks Master.
Mr. 431 attack.
Exactly.
That's because he's got the insanity to actually effort value someone and raise it to level fucking 100.
Well, you have nothing better to do with your free time.
Yes, I do.
It's on him.
I don't think either of you do.
So, oh my god.
That's kind of that's
Maybe
where I
we should
am
Pokemon.
when I'm playing
What?
Pokemon. It's like I have nothing
Your
else I
favorite.
can possibly be doing, so I'm going to play Pokemon. Or I'm sick and my brain cannot handle playing anything more complicated. So Pokemon.
And when it's 4 in the morning and you're sick, Pokemon Rumble.
Yes, actually.
Okay, name Pokemon you hate.
There isn't really a Pokemon I straight up hate, to be honest.
One you dislike. in
You
general.
know, Zubats
Zubat's
are
horrible.
Zubats are horrible, but it's not that I totally hate
They've all
them.
said something pretty decent, actually.
Zubats are kind of horrible just because they're so common. But I mean, so are tentacles and all that stuff.
But they actually
but,
are
I
pretty
mean,
decent if you bother using them. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know they're pretty
Whereas-
decent.
Hey, you might pass
but
me
I
a
mean,
sleeping bag you're sitting on there?
as I said, I really don't have I really don't have
Oh, yeah.
any least favorite. But all I can do is
It's right
talk
there.
on the two
Oh,
most
okay.
annoying Pokemon in almost every generation, which is Zubats and Tentacles. Because that's all you're gonna find with
Well,
searching
well,
caves.
one last
It
note.
sounds like I have to get going
One last
now,
note. The Reggies.
Their Reggie's alright.
Let's see. Precognition? Check. Grabbing a Wailord Relican? Check. Having the ability to read Braille on a flat screen? Check.
Yeah, there's something
Yep.
that the developers didn't really think of when they made it, did they?
Common sense? Alright, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for
No.
part 1 of the D12 podcast, because he's got to leave.
Thank you for watching.
See ya. Bye.